So we'll take our new strut assembly. The first thing you want to do is take your rubber for the bottom of the coil spring, put that on, line up your 3 holes, pop them in. There's a groove here, it'll line up with the groove on this. Take your boot, slide that over your cylinder. Coil spring. Take your top piece, and inside you got a flat side, and it'll line up with the post. Now's the time to line up your mark on the top of that with your coil spring. Take your spacer, drop that on, take your new nut, put that on, and tighten it up. Once your top nut is tightened and everything's lined up, you can remove the tension on your coil spring. And there we are, the spring's fully decompressed, and we're ready to put this back on the vehicle now. So we'll take our strut assembly, we'll line her up top, watch out for your ABS cord, slide this over, and what I'm going to do is I'll put my top pinch bolt in, and that way the assembly will hold itself. Okay, now line up the top here, press that up, and if you had a friend he could hold on to this, but I had a hammer that I was using. Alright, so this is how you do it if you got one person. Line up your studs with your holes, push it to the top, hold the strut there, and there. That'll hold it. Then we go on the inside of the vehicle. And I'll put a little bit of Loctite on this, just medium strength of blue, and then I'll tighten these 12mm bolts down. And once you have these 3 tight, I like to use Loctite on them. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm mentioning it again. I've had these, I've torqued them down on another vehicle and drove them for a day, and just the vibrations alone, they started to back off. So I do that, and then I'll check them after a day too. So this is all tightened up. Like I said, don't break your piece like I did. And then we'll just slide that back on. And then we're done in here. So now we're just going to tighten these up. We've got 2 10mm that we got to put on for our ABS. Okay, this is the 10mm that I'm doing right here. Couldn't really see where the camera was the other side. So get that tightened up. Now on the flip side, the one you removed. Oh. Now the easiest way is to put it all the way through the hole on the bracket, and that way you can start threading it into the bottom of the strut assembly itself, and it doesn't bind. And that way you can put your 10mm on there and tighten it up. Okay, that's good. Okay, they're fine. We're done with the 10. Okay, back down under the car. I'm going to put some Loctite on these as well. A little bit there. A little bit there. So, tighten these up. Once again, the nut's a 17. No, sorry. The bolt's a 17. The nut is a 19. When you're doing this, try not to beat your dust cover over your rotor. Otherwise, when you put it all back together, you'll hear a lot of grinding. That's probably what it'll be. Right here is the sway bar link kit where it goes through. So we'll line that post up, slide that through, get some Loctite on there, and put that last nut on. This is 17. Same thing, probably 45, 55 pounds on that, maybe 60. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 up top. That's it. Strut assemblies are done. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments below.